football, there are teams that win, and then there are teams that change history. In 2022, the world watched Morocco do something no African nation had ever done before. They defeated giants, inspired millions, and reached the FIFA World Cup semi-finals against all odds. Most people called it a miracle. But what if it wasn't? What if Morocco's incredible run was only the beginning? Today, the Atlas Lions have world-class stars playing for Europe's biggest clubs, one of the best football academies in Africa, and a new generation of fearless talent ready to take on anyone. So the question isn't whether Morocco can surprise the world again. The real question is, can they go even further? For decades, Morocco had all the ingredients to become a football powerhouse: passionate fans, talented players, and a deep love for the game. But on the biggest stage, success always seemed just out of reach. They made history in 1986 as the first African nation to reach the round of 16 at a World Cup. But after that came years of frustration. They qualified for tournaments but struggled to compete with football's elite. Instead of accepting mediocrity, Morocco chose a different path. The Moroccan Football Federation invested heavily in youth development, coaching, training facilities, and scouting. One of the biggest milestones was the creation of the Mohamed VI Football Academy, a world-class facility designed to produce elite footballers. The plan wasn't to create one great generation. It was to create a football culture capable of producing stars for decades. At the same time, Morocco successfully convinced talented dual nationality players born across Europe to represent their parents' homeland. The result? A squad filled with experience, technical quality, and incredible passion. When the 2022 FIFA World Cup began, few people expected Morocco to make headlines. They were placed in a difficult group alongside Croatia, Belgium, and Canada. Most predictions had them finishing third. Instead, Morocco shocked everyone. They held Croatia to a draw, then stunned Belgium with a brilliant 2-0 victory. Finally, they defeated Canada to finish top of the group. Suddenly, people started paying attention, but the real challenge was still ahead. In the round of 16, Morocco faced Spain, a team famous for controlling possession and dominating opponents. Spain had the ball. Morocco had the belief. For 120 minutes, every player defended with discipline and courage. At the heart of it all was goalkeeper Yassine Bounou, whose calmness gave the entire team confidence. The match went to penalties. Spain missed. Morocco stayed composed. Then Achraf Hakimi stepped up and scored an unforgettable Panenka penalty to send Morocco into the quarter-finals. History had already been made, but Morocco wasn't finished. Next came Portugal. Led by world-class talent, Portugal were expected to end the dream. Instead, Youssef En-Nesyri produced a towering header that became one of the most iconic goals in Moroccan football history. Defenders threw themselves at every shot. Nayef Aguerd, despite injury concerns throughout the tournament, symbolized the resilience of the backline while the team continued to fight for every ball. When the final whistle blew, Morocco had become the first African nation ever to reach a FIFA World Cup semi-final. It wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. It was the reward for years of planning, sacrifice, and belief. Reaching the World Cup semi-finals is one thing. Staying among football's elite is something completely different. History is full of teams that enjoyed one magical tournament before fading away. So, what makes Morocco different? The answer lies in one word: identity. This isn't a team built around one superstar. It's a team where every player understands their role. When Morocco defends, all 11 players defend together. When they attack, they move with speed, purpose, and confidence. One of the biggest reasons for that balance is Sofyan Amrabat. During the 2022 World Cup, he seemed to be everywhere, breaking up attacks, winning tackles, covering space, and starting counterattacks. He became the heartbeat of Morocco's midfield and showed the world that determination can be just as important as talent. Then there's Achraf Hakimi. Already considered one of the best right-backs in world football, Hakimi brings pace, creativity, and leadership. Whether he's making last-ditch tackles or sprinting forward to create chances, he represents everything modern football demands from a full-back. Behind him stands the reliable Yassine Bounou. Big teams often win tournaments because they have goalkeepers who can save matches. Morocco has exactly that. Bounou's composure, shot-stopping, and leadership give the entire defense confidence. But perhaps the most exciting part of Morocco's story isn't the players who made history. It's the players who are just getting started. Brahim Diaz adds creativity between the lines, capable of unlocking even the strongest defenses with a single pass or dribble. Young midfielder Bilal El Khanous has already shown incredible maturity despite his age. His vision and technical ability suggest he could become one of Morocco's most important players for years to come. Then there's Elias Ben Seguir, another exciting young talent whose fearless attacking style has made him one of the brightest prospects in Moroccan football. With experienced leaders guiding an exciting new generation, Morocco isn't rebuilding. They're evolving, and that's exactly what makes them dangerous. Of course, winning the World Cup is one of the hardest achievements in sport. Every tournament features football's biggest giants. Teams like Brazil, Argentina, France, Spain, England, Germany, and Portugal have incredible depth, world-class managers, and players capable of deciding games in a single moment. For Morocco to go one step further, they'll need even more consistency in attack. Creating chances against elite teams is difficult. Finishing those chances is even harder. Squad depth will also be crucial. Injuries can completely change a World Cup campaign. Fortunately for Morocco, their talent pool keeps growing every year. More young players are breaking into Europe's top leagues. Better facilities continue producing elite footballers. And perhaps most importantly, the belief is stronger than ever. This is no longer a nation hoping to surprise the world. It's a nation expecting to compete with the very best. That change in mentality could be the biggest difference of all. Football has always belonged to the traditional giants, but every generation creates a new challenger. In 2022, Morocco proved that African football could compete with anyone. Now they have the opportunity to prove it wasn't just a magical tournament. It was the beginning of something much bigger. Will Morocco win the next World Cup? Nobody knows. Football has never promised happy endings. But one thing is certain. No top nation will underestimate the Atlas Lions ever again, because this team has already changed history. And with stars like Achraf Hakimi, Yassine Bounou, Sofyan Amrabat, Brahim Diaz, Bilal El Khanous, and Elias Ben Seguir leading the way, Morocco's story is still being written. The miracle is over. The mission has just begun. And if everything comes together, the next chapter could be even greater than the last. The rise of Morocco isn't finished. It's only just beginning. Subscribe to Football Origins for more football stories.